need to find a way to play that not on a phone. It's H&L, but it's not Saturday night. It's Sunday night.
It's Sunday night.
But this is a special H&L.
Yes, it is. Heather, why don't you tell us why?
So we have 2 production assistants here who are graduating.
Congrats, guys.
One of them has already graduated. One of them graduates on Saturday.
Yes. No, actually, they both graduate on Saturday.
Oh, they both graduate on Saturday. Okay. So we're looking for graduation advice.
Yes.
So we put them in the hot seats because we want to ask them a couple questions, and we want to know what kind of advice you have for new grads from college.
Right.
So Brenda, Mark, Philip.
All of our viewers. We have at least 22 now. We're getting a lot of love. Oh my gosh, look at these hearts flying across the screen. I think this is very new, maybe just for this edition.
Okay.
So we have some advice for graduates, but first let's meet our graduates, shall we? Wave, ladies. Hello, hello. All right, so on the right in the red tonight, we have Avery.
Hello.
Avery, where are you graduating from?
UNC.
Okay, how many years have you been there?
2. I transferred.
So you're not on, you're on the 10-year plan. That's good,
No,
right?
I'm not. That is good.
Okay, good. Okay, and then we have Erica. And where are you graduating from?
William Peace University.
Very great. And how long have you been there?
4 years.
Okay, and what is your major?
Communication.
And what is your major? Avery?
Journalism.
Journalism. Right.
Heather, I spot some competition here in the studio. What do you
Maybe
think?
don't give them too good of advice. How about
Yeah,
that?
I know. Okay, so Heather, let's go. What is your advice for the new grads?
So actually, recently we were asked to submit graduation photos. I don't want to spoil it too much, but we were supposed to give advice to grads. So one of the things that I said is work hard, because you really have to work hard to get where you're going, but play hard. You have to take time for yourself. You have to take vacation. Use all of your vacation if you can.
Yeah, totally.
What else? What do you have?
I have like kind of different stuff. So I would say, first of all, never, ever, ever burn a contact. So everywhere that you work, always remember people, treat them kindly, and use those people to network, because I think people are your best ally. The second thing I would say is never, ever, ever be afraid to apply for a position or go out for something that you may think you couldn't get, because the worst they can do is say no.
Exactly.
And a lot of bosses really like people that show that they're up for a new challenge. So I would say follow your dreams.
And don't take yourself too seriously, because obviously we don't take ourselves very seriously.
What are you talking about? I'm very serious.
Have fun, right? Yeah, fun. Okay, so what do we have? Hey, Jordan's graduating on Saturday
Congrats,
from Methodist
Jordan!
University. Congrats.
Yes. Oh, Jason says you should play to hit the lottery so you can pay off all your
Smart,
debt. So you can play the lottery.
We play the
That's
lottery
always
every
good.
time it hits big.
We have a guest star also joining us. It's Dewan, everyone. Oh, he's looking. He's looking for the star.
How's everybody doing?
Oh,
It's good to see all of
We're
you.
so happy you're
Yeah.
here. What advice do you have for our grads?
What advice do I have? Make your mistakes early.
Oh, yeah.
Do that. Get them
Like
all
what
out
kind
the
of
way.
mistakes?
All of them. Relationship mistakes, job mistakes, financial mistakes, car trouble. Get it all out the way now. All right. Just do it.
I think our grads are liking that. They were laughing.
idea.
Also, Philip here, he's saying don't be afraid to adapt to your surroundings. Industries will always change.
Oh, which is like
Good
our
advice,
industry.
Yeah.
Really, Facebook Live didn't even exist when we got into
and
this
now we
business.
know we're a huge deal in New York. So
Right, exactly. So
you
now
know,
we know it's really about H&L, right?
It is, yeah. Okay, so girls, do you have any questions for us as budding journalists? Anybody?
Ooh, you go first.
Okay. What was it like getting out of college? Like, what was the first thing that you did, like, job-wise?
Our first jobs.
Oh, go ahead.
These are good. Wait, flip it around so we can both talk.
Okay, fine. But I hate this. I look like I have a double chin.
Oh, yeah, I'll hold it.
My
My
arms.
arm's
Oh,
a little
yeah.
bit
See,
longer.
this is so
Okay.
much better. Oh, yeah.
Sure.
That's
Okay.
Yeah. Avery, see,
thanks,
she's already
Avery.
making herself helpful. Okay.
Okay, so
ahead.
my first job was in Panama City, Florida, and I lived, worked in the bureau, and I lived in the middle of nowhere, and I lived above an elderly woman's garage, and I made not very much money at all, and I worked all the time. I worked weekends, I worked nights, and really that's kind of what you had to do.
Yeah.
To make it, right?
Yeah,
What
I
about
definitely-
you? What'd you do?
So I had a different situation going on, but I went back to school when I was older after I'd already graduated because I knew I wanted to be in this business, and I interned at a station called WBTV in Charlotte, which is the oldest station in the Carolinas. A lot of people that live near there know it very well, and I was just so fortunate that the news director there needed a traffic reporter, and I was one of those people that wasn't afraid to ask for the possibility, and we met, and I literally went in for like maybe 2 or 3 months every day, even on my days off, and practiced because I was so afraid that I was going to embarrass myself. And he could have not hired me, but he was so sweet. Dennis Milligan, I'll never forget
look at
him.
her now.
Gave me my first job, and here I am, right?
Here we are.
All because of Dennis, right?
Okay, so who
Yes.
else? Dewan looks like a young Obama, says Diane.
Oh, there you go.
Hey. And Jason says you are laid back like a boss.
All right, let's go back to our new grads.
All right, Avery, your question.
My question. Sure. If you could change one thing that you did at your first job, what would you change?
Oh my goodness. Dewan, go.
You'll have to
Where
come
was
back.
your first job?
My first job was in San Diego at
Oh.
KUSI Television. I started off as a PA. I answered phones. I was a scoreboard operator. I did master control. I pushed around cameras. I did everything, including mop the floor. Sweep. I did everything.
I did it all.
Yeah. So, what was your question again? I
would you
forgot.
change about
Yeah.
it?
What would I change?
Something that
Oh.
you did at your first job that you would not do again.
Not do again.
Way that you can tell
Oh,
us about it.
that I can tell you about.
Some things we can't actually say.
The truth is about to
At
come
your
out.
first job.
Well, probably I just would have, been a little bit more humble, I guess. I was a young guy and I was working around a lot of people who were, 5, 10 years older than me. So amongst my peers, I was kind of like acting like Mr. Hotshot. But like I said, make all your mistakes early, and I did make my mistakes early, and that was kind of a way to, humble myself a little bit. So.
I think that's great. Okay, there's a couple things that come to mind. First of all, I would change some of the outfits I wore. I feel like I looked like Barbara Bush all the time. It was like not good. I mean, I had like really boxy jackets and like crazy
But that
huge
was the thing when
pearls.
we all got into this.
I mean, it was a thing, but I'm
Colored
just
suits and all the
I was like
rainbows.
21. It
Yeah.
like certainly did not, or 22. I did not look normal. So I would change that. I would be a little bit more fashion forward. The second thing is that I was so passionate and I think sensitive early on because I was working so hard to like be really good. And I think I had one day where like I lashed out at a boss. And I would never do that again.
happened?
And actually, she and I are very close now, but I totally recognized my mistake and needed to check
So
myself.
own up to your
Kind of like
mistakes.
Dewan said.
Yeah.
Make those mistakes.
And I would just say that don't be afraid to make mistakes
Yeah.
because you get in and you think you have to know everything right away,
Yeah, you
and you
don't.
really don't
Yeah.
have to know everything. So make mistakes, but learn from your mistakes and ask for help. I mean, everybody is willing to help if you just ask for
Totally.
help, is what I think. So, all right.
So if anyone out there is hiring, these two ladies are looking for a job.
They're gorgeous. Look at them. They're
Avery
like
and
supermodels.
Erica, and someday they're probably going to be sitting in the seat, taking over our jobs. Is anybody out there? Does anybody have any advice? We're asking for advice.
Also, not only that, but do we have any news directors out there? Because
Yes.
actually, we're friends with some news directors. and
Right.
They
So
need jobs.
look at this. Look, how could
All
you
you
not
have
want to
to do
hire
is comment
these
below with your
faces?
information. We'll make that happen for you.
All right.
No problem. Heather, what was the highlight of your week so people can know?
What was the highlight of my week?
Yeah, do you
Oh,
have one?
goodness. I don't. What did I do? I don't know.
I
I
what
can't
you
even
did.
remember what I did
Okay.
this week. It's already the next week. What about you?
Well, there
What
you
was the
go.
highlight of your week?
What did we do? I spent a lot of time with Lola. We went to the farmer's market. She did
that's
some
nice.
strawberry tasting, which was great. And also, I had a great weekend. I had a first birthday party today. Yesterday, I went out to a baby shower for a good friend. So I think just spending time with loved ones.
Oh, and yes,
Yeah.
I do remember what the highlight of my week was. Elena Athens
Her
celebrated
birthday!
her 25th birthday
Yes.
again, and so all the ladies went out for her birthday. And Dewan. Dewan was
and
there.
and gentlemen, Dewan was there.
Yes, and it was a good time.
So Tim Pulliam.
And
So
Tim
was Tim
Pulliam was
Pulliam,
there.
yes. It
Yeah,
was a
a
good
lot
time.
of people were there. Anna
And
Laurel.
we have a lot of new faces at the station, so
We
it was
do.
nice to all get together outside of work. For
It
a
was.
while. So,
Well, we love you all. We have to go. You know why? Because it's almost the 10
almost
o'clock
showtime.
show.
About
CW.
12 minutes. So turn. Oh.
Juan's still trying to figure out the schedule here. We do have a
Check your
show.
phone.
10 o'clock.
I'll be there.
He'll be there.
Okay, we'll be there. We'll be there. So
Bye,
tune in.
guys.
Bye.
If you have any advice, leave it in the comment section.